Good morning, Science Hill. Today is Friday, September 8th, 2023. I'm Lachlan Lyford.
And I'm Zach Kirkland. Welcome to our first edition of the Topper Report. Today we will be covering Boone Lake cleanup, the school play, some interviews with football players and coaches, the Bright Zoo Giraffe, student perspectives, our brand new mascot Toppy the Topper Man, and one of our Manning School clubs.
Recently, organizations have worked tirelessly to keep Boone Lake healthy. The Boone Lake Association hosts a cleanup every year on the last Saturday of April. The association's cleanup influenced over 300 volunteers who cleaned up many pieces of trash and debris from our local lake.
Hopefully this will attract more people to Boone Lake for activities such as paddleboarding, jet skiing, cliff jumping, and more. Now let's hear from Jager and Lauren on how our fall sports are doing.
Hello Science Hill, I'm Jager Brewer.
And I'm Lauren Tran.
And this is the Topper Sports Report.
Today we'll be recapping some of the exciting sports events we had in the past few weeks.
Science Hill Boys Golf took first place in the 2023 conference tournament at Pine Oaks, and the girls came in as runners-up. Congrats and good luck, Toppers.
On Tuesday, Science Hill Volleyball played Westridge and dominated with a score of 3-1.
On Saturday, Science Hill Cross Country took over the varsity boys section of the Becky Selfie Invitational, with 3 individuals taking top 5 spots. Owen Johnson placed second in the 5,000-meter run, with Evan Holbrook in third and Nate Powell in fourth.
Science Hill football opened the season with a loss against Elizabethton, 27-7. They bounced back on the road against Anderson County, winning 26-23.
Last Friday, Science Hill suffered a defeat against Jeff County. It was a close game, though, with a score of 25-21. The Toppers are back in action tonight, away at Maryville.
Science Hill varsity girls soccer played Father Ryan on Sunday, losing 3-2, but came out with a big win on Tuesday. Morgan Mahoney scored 2 goals, and Hannah Dawson topped off the win with another goal, making it 3-0. That's now closed out our Topper Sports Report. Be sure to join us next time.
Now back to you all in the studio.
First school play of the year. The play is called Done to Death, a comedical murder mystery. We had a group team interview Mr. Graybill, the theater teacher, about this production. Let's hear what he had to say.
Thanks, guys. I'm here in Studio 535 to ask some questions about the upcoming school play Done to Death. I'm here with Mr. Graybill, the Science Hill theater teacher. What are the steps showstoppers are taking in preparing for the show?
So we really start by just reading through the play, and then right now we're in the process of blocking, which that is just me deciding where on stage everyone's going to be and the traffic patterns they're going to follow. And then we go from that into working through, figuring out our acting choices, coming up with our characters, really bringing it to life. That's going to take a little bit. And then from that point, we're going to memorize, drop our scripts, and then we're going to be running through it, just a whole front, from beginning to end run through. And from that point, we're going to start adding the tech. We're going to add the lights, the sound, and then the costumes and the makeup, and really bring the whole thing together and be ready to go in November.
What made you choose this play?
So this was a play that we did several years ago, but it got canceled because of the COVID shutdown. So we never got to bring it to fruition, and all of the students that were in it have graduated. So I felt like it was time for a fresh start, and in Studio 535, it's really a much more appropriate space for this type of show. It's a much more intimate space, and a lot of the witty repartee can really be heard because in the auditorium, it's like talking like this does not really make you understand a lot of really witty jokes. So we felt like it was just time to do that. It's a really funny show, and we had a lot of students that were eager to want to get back into it.
Why should people come to see Done to Death?
Oh, well, because it is going to be absolutely hilarious, and it's going to be fun for people of all kinds of different ages, and it's not all material is suitable for all audiences, but it's still going to be a really entertaining show, one that involves a murder mystery, and who doesn't love murder?
Is there anything else you can tell me about the play?
Absolutely. The play is going to run on November 10th and 11th at 7 p.m. here in Studio 535, and again on November 12th, Sunday, at 3 p.m. in Studio 535, and tickets are going to be $10 a piece, general seating, and we're going to have a blast, and we really hope a lot of people come out to support us.
And back to you in the studio.
Football season is in full swing. The team is on the road for the next 3 weeks until the Toppers play the homecoming game against the Westridge Wolves at home on Friday, September 29th. One of our news teams interviewed some of the players and coaches that make our football program what it is.
So, this is Coach Nelson. How do you train your football players?
Well, I mean, it's a year-round process, and We start right after football season last year and go through all the winter, lifting weights, and go through all the, into the summer workouts, doing training and running, and trying to get them used to the heat. This year's been a pretty hot summer, so we've been having to do a lot of more heat acclimation exercises and getting them in shape.
Yep. Okay. How do you prepare your football players for a game?
Well, the biggest thing is we start by, you only have, after the prior game, you have about 24 hours to enjoy that, and then you have to start looking towards the next game. And you do that by, we have a video system called Huddle where you send videos out and the players can start watching some of the film from your previous game and from the week, the opponent coming up. And then you just start making a game plan, and we meet on Sundays and lift and start making a plan and implementing that plan as the week goes on.
Okay, third question. How do you keep your football players so fit?
Well, it's a year-round process. So that a lot of the kids, to stay to play football, obviously you have to be stronger and faster and try to do what you can do. But a lot of it is a nutritional thing with the heat acclimation and sweating and not cramping. So cramping is a big problem this time of year where, you're losing so much salt. So just trying to get them a good diet and, working with the trainers to get a good diet and make sure they stay in shape to prepare themselves for the heat.
Okay, last question. What is the favorite part of your job?
The favorite part of my job is probably in coaching is obviously coaching kids in the process of getting them ready and getting there. Probably, teaching, the favorite part of my job is getting to interact with, students. Sometimes that I'm with the football players all the time and getting to meet students and stuff that I don't normally get to meet.
Thank you. Okay, this is Coach Carter. Okay, so how do you train your football players?
How do we train them? Well, we train them in the weight room, and we start in January, and we have them in classes, and we do it all through the summer, and we have a pretty good program. So we do that program, and it lasts all summer long, and then it goes into the season. We also lift, and then we train them for football. So then we start practice. We have a spring practice, and then we have practice that goes on in the fall all the way in, hopefully until November if we're doing very well.
Okay, next question. How do you prepare your players for a game?
We prepare for a game by, we meet on Sundays as coaching staff, and then we come up with the game plan, and we have our kids come in and lift, and then after that we get the game plan and start practice. We have a routine that we do on Monday. We go through everything we're going to do on Friday, and then we practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. We do walkthroughs and rehearse that stuff on Thursdays, and we play on Friday.
Okay. How do you keep your football players so fit?
So fit. Well, you talk to them about fitness, but a lot of that's at home. They got to make sure they're eating well, that they're staying hydrated and stuff. But it's the same stuff. It's the fitness level with Coach Reedy in the weight room, taking care of them there. So it's that's how we try to do it. But a lot of that's on their own also.
Okay, last question. What is your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part about my job is being able to invest in the kids and being able to spend time with them and help them to grow up and be better people that help our society and do better things beyond football. So we want to use football as a tool to do that. So that's probably my favorite thing. That's why I do what I do, and that's probably the reason.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
What do you believe to be one of your weaknesses, and what are you going to do to improve it?
One of my weaknesses would be like my strength, because I'm not super strong. But I just got to get in that weight room. I'll put that work in.
What strengths do you believe you have that makes you a great athlete?
I think I'm pretty fast, and I can jump pretty high, for my size.
Okay, how do you stay motivated when things get tough?
I just look at my seniors, my role models, people like Rylan.
I love football. Come out and support your toppers on the road.
In other news, the Bright Zoo has caught national media attention recently after celebrating the birth of a very rare spotless giraffe on July 31st. The last time a giraffe of this nature was born was in Tokyo around 50 years ago. Currently, it is believed that this baby giraffe is the only one of its kind in the world.
That's right, the giraffe has proved to be a strong pull for visitors. The zoo expected a small uptake in visitors due to this rare animal. However, attendance has more than doubled since the giraffe's birth. Just on Monday, the zoo saw more than 3,000 visitors, with some traveling from as far as the United Kingdom. To put it in perspective, last Labor Day weekend, the zoo saw a total of about 1,200 people. This Labor Day weekend, the zoo saw over 12,000 people.
On Tuesday, the zoo announced the baby giraffe's name. They took to the internet for a vote to decide between 4 potential names. After nearly 40,000 votes, the winning name was Kipeke, which is a Swahili word for unique.
Personally, I was wanting the giraffe to be named Lord Kygor the Gargantuan.
Well, I'm fine with the name it was given. In other news, students are obviously a very important aspect of the school body. Now we are going to dive deep into the perspective of some of your fellow students. These interviews you are about to see are extremely compelling.
Welcome to Topper in the Hall, where we get to know the students of Science Hill. Without further delay, let's get to it. What is your name?
Bear.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Probably as a touring musician or a music producer.
What's your favorite song?
Oh, that'd be pretty hard. Pretty much anything by Skillet.
Who is your favorite musical artist?
Favorite musical artist, either that's between NF, Logic, or Skillet.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I'm just gonna say Sharknado.
No way, that's
What do you do any extracurricular activities like sports or ROTC?
I do a lot of touring music. Like I tour with my bands. I do a lot of music on the side. I like to read. I also like to do a lot of like writing on my own time. But music takes a lot of time in my life.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sharknado.
Who am I here with?
Hunter Engel,
What grade are you in?
10th, sophomore.
W. What are your hobbies and interests?
I like camping and I like skateboarding sometimes, mainly weightlifting though.
Nice. What's your favorite song?
Say Creep by Radiohead, that's a good one.
Dude, you already know, man.
It's such a good song. Anyways, where do you see yourself in the future?
I'm gonna join the Marine Corps, and I don't know what's gonna go down in there, but I see myself maybe getting out, maybe owning a surplus shop.
Nice. And what is your favorite game to play?
I like Hotline Miami, that's a good one.
Thank
This has been Toppers in the Hall. Now back to you all in the studio.
This year, Science Hill has made an exciting new development towards school spirit. Toppy the Topper Man is our brand new mascot. The kids love him. Last week I met Toppy and had a discussion with everyone's favorite addition to Science Hill. Along the way I talked to various students and faculty members about our new mascot.
The Science Hill High School has a new mascot coming to light after many years of not having one. The mascot, nicknamed Toppy, was made by the cheer team this year and was first introduced to the school during the pep rally for the first game of the season. The mascot seemed to be inspired by a picture of the topper on the Science Hill logo, with the suit being a spitting image of that logo, with it having a few mixed opinions of the design and overall look of it. We sent Lachlan to interview a few people on their opinions of the new mascot and how it came to be.
So what is your name?
My name is Coach Reese. I'm the head varsity cheer coach here at Science Hill.
Okay, and what is the mascot costume made of?
The costume is made of a full body suit. It has a head that has like a helmet inside of it, full stuffing, and then it has gloves and shoes.
Sounds awesome. Probably pretty hot in there, but
It is very hot.
So do you know if there was a mascot before this one?
I don't believe there was a full body mascot suit before this one. I know that there was like a top hat and gloves and stuff before, but there hasn't been a full body mascot like this one.
So this is completely brand new.
Yes, it is.
So does the mascot have a name?
Not officially. The cheerleaders have named him Toppy, so that's kind of what has stuck. Toppy the Topper Man. But as far as like an official name, no.
Okay. So where did the idea for our mascot come from?
I don't know about the official mascot, like where the Hilltoppers came from, but as far as the design for the Topperman mascot, it came based off of our Science Hill logo.
Okay, and how does the mascot support the cheer team?
He's really great at building crowd involvement, getting other people involved and excited to see him. He does sidelines with us. He goes into the crowd and takes pictures and just interacts with the community. So he adds that extra level of personalization to the team.
That sounds good. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
We're really excited to have the Topperman costume. We're super excited to have a mascot this year, and we can't wait for more people in the community to get involved with him and to interact with him.
All right, what are your all's names and what grade are you in?
Jakyla Purdle, and I'm a senior. Bakira Wilson, and I'm a junior.
Okay, so how do you feel about how the mascot turned out?
I feel like it actually turned out pretty good because we didn't expect it to be like as good as it was and as popular.
I like the way it turned out. It was definitely a surprise to me, and I'm so excited to have it.
How do you feel about working with the mascot?
I feel like working with the mascot has definitely improved us as athletes because it's helped us see a lot different than what we did before we had a mascot.
I like working with the mascot. I think it's really cool just to have somebody that's just right there that's not actually a cheerleader with us at the crowd.
So how does the mascot support the cheer team?
It basically just adds to our cheer team. It's not for our cheer team, but it adds to an effect to it. So we have something else rather than us just yelling cheers and stunning and stuff. He helps add to it.
Basically what she said, yeah.
Hey, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Go Toppers!
All right, so what are y'all's names and grade? And what grade are you all in?
Jason Swartz, senior.
Matt Marsh, senior.
How do you feel about the new mascot and how it turned out?
I think it's a good change for Science Hill. It's something we've never had, and I think a lot of people like it.
So how do you feel about the new mascot in general? How is it?
I mean, it's something new. I mean, we have schools like Elizabeth who got a mascot as well. It's something nice for a change, something for the other students to interact with. I think it's nice touch.
I agree. So how do you feel about being represented by the new mascot?
I think it's good. It supports us on the road and at home. You got the student section that can't always make it, but the mascot's always going to be there. So I think it's good support.
Facts. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I think we're good.
Pretty good.
So what is your name and what grade are you in?
My name is Bear, and I'm in 11th grade.
Okay. How do you feel about how the mascot turned out?
I feel like the mascot, they did a pretty good job overall, but I feel like, it definitely could have been a little bit better. Because, I've noticed people who are wearing it have a difficulty, moving in it, I guess. The respiration, devices in there isn't great, but it's not terrible.
And how do you feel about the new mascot itself?
I feel like it's pretty good because we finally have some physical representation because we've never had something like this before, so I thought that was kind of cool to see for the first time.
So what is your name?
My name is Dr. Henniger. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Science Hill.
Okay, and how do you feel about how the mascot turned out?
I like it. I think it looks great. I think it's a way to really show Science Hill's pride.
How do you feel about the new mascot, in general?
I think it looks great. I think it represents the Hilltoppers.
And how do you feel about being represented by the new mascot?
I think it's good. I think it gives another thing for students to cheer with and look to for at the football games and basketball games and all the sporting events.
Lachlan also got a chance to interview a local celebrity, the mascot himself.
What do you like about being the mascot?
Love to dance.
You love to dance?
Yeah.
So, how does it feel to be inside the Topper mascot suit?
Very hot.
So, how does it feel to be the Topper mascot?
I feel honored.
So, how would you describe the Topper spirit? 10 out of 10. How do you feel about the name Toppy the Hilltopper? Good?
Yes, good.
The mascot could be updated after years to come, and its official name is yet to be announced. Now back to Zach and Lachlan to unmask some more content.
Wow, what a development. Now for the last story of our program. Currently, Scienceville offers over 48 clubs for students to participate in. One of these clubs is HOSA, the Health Occupation Students of America. We sat down with Mr. Philbrick, one of the health science teachers, to learn about this club and what it has to offer. Here is Club Conversations.
Hello everyone, my name is Jager. Today we're going to be doing an interview with the amazing Mr. Philbrick. Can you go ahead and tell me your name and occupation?
So my name is the amazing, it is Clint Philbrick. I'm one of 4 health science teachers here at Science at LCT.
I've heard that you're over HOSA, or you're getting ready to be over HOSA. Can you just tell me a little bit about what that organization is?
HOSA is an international organization. It stands for Health Occupation Students of America. Essentially what it is a program, organization for high school students who are interested in healthcare and kind of give them the opportunity to learn more about the different fields and disciplines in healthcare. It is a student-led organization. So like I said, those that are interested, we seek to equip them with the knowledge and stuff that they need to be successful.
Okay. And so what can newcomers expect when they're looking at joining HOSA?
Yeah, so our new students, typically we meet once a month, okay? So our general meetings, we do have a leadership team, a committee that also meets once a month as well separately. So once a month we meet after school, usually in one of our classrooms. Meetings are roughly 30 minutes long, just depending on what we've got going on. We discuss various activities coming up here at Scienceville. We also discuss service opportunities in the community that we can be a part of.
Awesome. And what are the requirements for someone looking to join HOSA?
So ideally, we would prefer you to have be enrolled in a health science class. It doesn't have to be currently this semester. It could be in the spring semester. You are eligible to apply for membership then. Sometimes, though, we understand that if you're on the health science pathway, you can't always get a health science class every year. So as long as you have been enrolled in health science classes, plan to continue taking health science classes as your schedule permits, you are eligible to apply for membership.
Awesome. And how do you engage with students, help them find a career in the healthcare field?
So currently in our CTE program, we offer several different programs, tracks or pathways that students can pursue. We offer pharmacy tech. So by the time they graduate, they can sit for their state licensure as a pharmacy tech. So they can work in a pharmacy with a pharmacist, kind of filling prescriptions and kind of start getting a feel for that field. We also offer our Certified Nursing Assistant program, or CNA, as it's often called. This allows, again, the same opportunity as pharmacy tech. As they graduate high school, they can actually test for their CNA licensure and go to work right in the healthcare field straight out of high school. We also offer a general clinical internship. This is kind of for those students that maybe aren't really interested in pharmacy tech or CNA, but this gives them the opportunity to do some clinical hours in various disciplines in healthcare. So they kind of get a little bit of exposure to different areas and kind of help them to pique their interest there. This spring, we'll be actually starting a new program. It's the Emergency Medical Responder, or EMR program. This is actually what I was brought on staff here to do. I have 14 years in EMS. So now students, even at the age of 16, will be able to test their state license as a first responder. So that'll be coming this spring.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you very much for doing this with us today.
Well, that's the end of the Top Report today. I'm Lachlan Lyford.
And I'm Zach Kirkland. Have a good day, Scienceville.